looking full. Oh yeah, we're hitting this a little bit later. Snakes are gonna be active. All right, what's going on, everybody? Thanks again for tuning into Flow Bass. I'm Eric. So today is September 11th, 2017. It is the day after Hurricane Irma just passed us. Made landfall around Key West and then shot up the west coast of Florida, up Naples and Fort Myers area. So I just wanted to give you guys just a quick, post-hurricane update, and to let you guys know I got an announcement for the channel as well, which I'll get to in just a little bit. Now, when I talk about this storm, I'm talking about how it affected me where I live, where I rode out the storm. That's a little better. Yeah, so people lost, their belongings, their homes. A lot of people lost their lives too. I'm perfectly aware of that. What I'm going to tell you is just how it affected me. I got lucky. A lot of us got lucky. Even a lot of people, friends and family that are in like Fort Myers that really were close to the eye wall, they got lucky compared to a lot of other people. So I'm just putting that out there. I'm fully aware of how this affected a lot of other people, and they really got shafted. So basically, Amber, my girlfriend, and myself, we were watching the storm. We were either going to go to the west coast, to Fort Myers, to hide out at her aunt's house, or stay here on the east coast, depending on how the storm panned out. Turns out it went up the west coast, so obviously we stayed here on the east coast. Where we currently living, there are no hurricane shutters, so we booked it over to my dad's house in Pompano Beach. He's actually pretty close to Pompano Beach and the infamous Pompano Beach Pier. He only lives a few miles away from that, so storm surge was a little bit of a concern, but we actually had absolutely no problem. So we actually ended up going over there about Saturday morning. We helped them put up the rest of the boards, and then that's when the wind started picking up. And throughout the night, the winds and everything were picking up. We had power the whole time, and everything was copacetic. Sunday morning is when things started to get a little sketchy. The wind was really starting to pick up. We still had power. We actually didn't lose power till, I want to say, around 2 o'clock, maybe 3 o'clock in the afternoon on Sunday. So we had power for a while. I want to say by like 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, that's when it really started getting pretty hectic. Tons of wind, tons of rain. The pool was filling up. We were afraid it was going to overflow. Yeah, the rain was just, one of the transformers that were up there on one of the telephone poles was making this loud crackling sound and everything like that. At one point, the fence, actually part of the fence blew over, but that fence was rotten anyways. It needs to be replaced. But yeah, the fence blew over. There was all kinds of limbs and everything flying around everywhere. So that was pretty interesting. But yeah, shortly after the power went out, we had to deal with getting the generator started. Now, my dad started it about 3 or 4 months ago just to make sure it ran. And we thought, hey, we're gonna have generator power, no problem. We'll be able to cook, keep our food cold, and everything will be okay for the most part. Well, that wasn't the case. We had to go get the generator, and we had to bring it from the garage out around the side of the house into the back. We couldn't really take it through the house. There was the cars that were in the way in the garage, and there was just it's just stuff in the way. So we had to take it out in the hurricane and go around. And for the most part, we were just experiencing the bands. We never really got the full brunt of the hurricane. It was still out over into the Gulf, and roughly from the eye wall, we were roughly, I want to say, 150 miles, give or take. So we never got a ton of it, but we were definitely getting the bands, and they came on really strong. At one point we were seeing these morons they were walking around the streets and everything like that in the hurricane, when we were taking the generator out. And I think they were just looting. They were looking for houses that maybe the windows were broken in or people weren't occupying it. That area in East Pompano Beach, it's really not the best area. There's a lot of drug addicts and some really sketch people. So, I think we were seeing some looters, but that's okay. We pack a lot of heat in our household, so you break down our door, you better be wearing body armor. We were dealing with this generator problem for a good while. We tried starting it, it had some gas in it, we topped it off, and the thing wouldn't start. wouldn't start at all. It would run for a couple seconds, like 1 second, not even a couple, and it would just die right out. You know, one thing we noticed as we were trying to start the generator was gas was dumping out of the carburetor. So, you know, right there, that tells me that the float's stuck and it's not shutting off the fuel to keep the bolt from overflowing. So, okay, I dug into the carburetor, had tons of gunk and stuff in it. You know, and this is a fairly new generator. It just had, you know, some like residue from like an additive that was put in it to keep the fuel from going bad. So it was all caked up with that stuff. So I cleaned it out best I could. I cleaned the little needle valve and the spring, and I thought that fixed it. You know, we primed it. We started spraying gas into the intake of the carburetor as we were trying to pull start it, and it actually ran for like a couple seconds, and we kept spraying it, but ultimately we couldn't get the thing started. It just, we drained out all the gas and tried to get this thing going, and it just wouldn't start. So basically had no power throughout the rest of the night. And it was really hot. The storm died down and everything was kind of, you know, okay by like 11, 12 o'clock. Tried going to sleep, and you know, it was a real hot, sweaty night. Oh, looks like I'm not going that way. Quack, quack. So morning came, and you know, we went outside to check the damage and everything like that. Tons of trees were down, broken limbs and everything like that. You know, we cleaned up the yard. And then I wanted to book it back to my place, because if the power's out and weird things are happening, you know, I was mostly afraid of looters. Yeah, so we booked it back to my place, and lo and behold, I had power the whole time. Should never have left. But you are never going to know that if you're gonna have power or not during a hurricane. You're never gonna know. So all in all, we got really lucky with this hurricane. You know, and when I say we, again, I'm only talking about my own personal experience. Again, I know a lot of people had it a lot worse. There's going to be people without power for weeks, and you know, it's going to be pretty bad. You know, one funny thing that I really do want to mention is we had a break during one of the hurricane bands, and my dad runs outside and puts the bird feeders back out because he saw the birds sitting on the fence, and he's like, "Oh, they look hungry." Guys, when you get old and you retire, don't be that guy that feeds the birds. So, on to the channel update. Big announcement. This is a big announcement for me, but probably not going to seem that big for you guys, especially if you follow the other YouTube fishermen. I'm rounding up on 100 subscribers. It only took me about 15 videos to do it too. You know, having 100 of you guys follow me every week definitely means a lot. So right now, as this video stands, or as I post this video, I'm only at about 91 subscribers. I checked just a couple hours ago. So when I reach 100 subscribers, I'm going to be doing a giveaway. If you want to win this giveaway, basically just comment below your first name, email address, and let me know the biggest fish that you caught this year, 2017, and on what lure and where you caught it. The giveaway is going to be a $40 random pack of one of my favorite bait companies, Gambler Lures. I'm just gonna pick a bunch of random stuff that I think is gonna be usable for pretty much anybody. And I'm gonna stick to like natural colors, nothing too crazy, no pinks or, you know, super bright chartreuses or anything like that. Every milestone I hit, when I hit 200, I'm going to do another subscriber giveaway as well. So, and 300, and then once we get to 1,000, I'll start doing them every 1,000. I really appreciate everybody's subscription, everybody who comments and watches my videos. You know, this is what's gonna make this channel a big channel. It's not just about me, it's about you guys, the subscribers as well. You know, once we start growing, you're gonna really see the true meaning of that as well. So again, I appreciate you guys so much. Keep watching. I post new videos every week, and stay tuned for the next one. I got a pretty awesome video coming up for you guys. So I'll see you then. Peace out.